Hi, I'm Chris and we are JCD. In this week's episode, we're jet washing a roof of a famous London building. I help someone that gets their rod stuck in a tight place, and we talk to 300 business owners on the Founders Chat. Let's roll footage. What is happening, Team JCD? Welcome back to another episode of We Are JCD. It's Monday morning and me and James are up in London today. We've got a pressure washing job. We've got the new van with us because we'll be able to pressure wash with that as well. So we've got a roof that we've got to clean. So we're just going to go and get an induction and then we're going to jump up on the roof and get going. It's not massive, so hopefully it shouldn't take us too long. So yeah, let's go upstairs and see what's going on. So we've had our site induction. And we've made a start on what he's doing. We've got a small roof up there that we've got to clean all the debris up and then give it a jet wash, just clean it off because there's some pigeon droppings up there. And as we know on the channel, we've done a few roofs with pigeons before. Contractors don't like working on assets that have got pigeon guano on them, and that's understandable because it's highly hazardous. So we're going to give it a tidy up and then give it a jet wash. It's not a massive job, but a nice one to have. And we are actually on the roof of a very famous building. And I'll put it down in the comments below if you know what this building is or what it's famous for. I'll spin you around. It's the Lindo Wing at the Imperial College, St Mary's Hospital. Let me know if you guys know what that is famous for down in the comments below. Right, I'm going to get some gloves and we're going to get started. So as the drifters would say, we are up on the roof. We've got some gullies that are down below here that we've got to clean out of debris. Just an age thing really. They're going to do some remedial work. So there's been pigeons up here that have got on all the assets, so the aircon units and on some of the roofs. So basically just a general tidy up before they do some remedial works and some replacement works on this roof. So let's say not a massive job, just a bit of clearing up and then a little bit of pressure washing. So let's get going. So we've just finished our jet washing job, had that signed off, and actually they have got a lot of work going on there. The guy's just taken me around to a facade clean at the very front, which would be a lovely size project. It's literally the whole front of the St Mary's Hospital in London. So that'll be an interesting one. Let's see what happens. He was happy with what we've done though. Only a small roof, but some good results. So we're going to head back down to Kent now and see what's going on down that neck of the woods. Let's go. What's happening YouTube? This afternoon, I didn't manage to get a rest. We finished the job in London and I actually had 3 drainage call outs and I had to pop to a contract. So I've literally not long been home. It is 20 minutes past 7. I'm just waiting for James to come pick me up. I'm actually hiding in the car because all the children are off and it's chaos in my house. I have a wife and I have 3 girls and they're literally all running around all over the place. So I've quickly snuck outside and I can actually see one of them up at the window there, looking up at me. So yeah, they caught me. What we got to do tonight, I had 3 drainage jobs to do and now I've got to go back to one of our contracts that we started last Saturday. You guys see that in last week's video. One of the contracts is 5 days a week, so it starts on a Monday. So I've got to go back up there today to make sure this particular site starts just like the last one did. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a walk around, tell you what's going on at this particular site. We've had a little bit of a change recently. We've implemented a clocking in and out system for all of our staff. As we're getting bigger, companies want to see more quantitative data from their cleaning company. So they want to see times people in and out, make sure they're not leaving early and bits and pieces like that. So we're going to use that to generate our payroll as well, which has just come in-house recently. We used to outsource that to our accountant. They're going to be using that funds elsewhere to start producing quarterly management information, profit and loss balance statements, following on from the finance course I did. So it's all going on at JCD at the moment. This week is a big week because we have our first drainage engineer starting with grey water drainage. Mitchell will be joining us from Thursday. I'm going to spend the day with him on Thursday, just showing in the ropes, and we've already got some stuff booked in for next week and this week. It's a bank holiday this week, although I am actually going to be working Friday, so I'll take you guys to that. And unfortunately, I have got to work Easter Sunday. I have a tanker job that needs doing. We've done it before, and the only day window they've got is Easter Sunday, so it looks like I'm in for the long haul this week. So yeah, it's all going on. A little bit of a quick update at Peugeot. I know this has been a long talking piece. Adam told me off because I forgot to tell you guys. I've actually made some real progress with that. The guy that I was dealing with at Peugeot has left. He left, new lady taken over. So I explained the situation to her. I said, look, your quote doesn't make any sense. I suggest you take it away and have a read of it. So she come back to me and she agreed with me. She agreed that the quote didn't make any sense and she has gone to review it. She is going to come back to me with a new quote. So hopefully I'll have a little bit of an update about that for you guys tomorrow. So yeah, anyway, we're waiting for James. Story of my life. We're going to be, hopefully he's here in a minute. There was some traffic, so he's just nearly here. And then we're going to head to our new contract and we're going to get it started. Let's roll. So we are at our second spa. I'll give you guys a little bit of a contract walk round again, I think, while I'm here. But similar to the other one, we've got a poolside area, steam room, sauna, and 2 changing rooms, male and female. Cleaners in here 5 days a week, should be 7, but I think the previous contractor has struggled to recruit for this particular contract. So we'll be looking to rectify that over time. There's definitely some improvements to be made at this one. The other one was pretty spot on, to be fair to the ladies over there. So there's some bits and pieces, but I'll quickly show you guys around so you can have a look. And then, yeah, that's going to wrap up Tuesday. No, what's today? Monday. The week's getting away with me already. Let's have a look around. So this particular contract is 2 cleaners, 2 hours a day, Monday to Friday. We've got a reception area. We've got a poolside where we clean all the floors and wipe everything over. We've got a sauna, steam room, and then we've got a male and female changing rooms. Similar to the one we done yesterday, about 20 minutes away. We supply consumables, this particular contract, and make sure it's in ship shape, ready for the next working day and the guests. So we finished with the employee on this one. We actually have a vacancy on this contract because there was a gap before we got here. What's happening at the moment is the guy is covering both shifts, which is okay, but obviously if they're sick or on holiday, that's 100% of your labour gone and you are in trouble. So we're looking to resolve that soon and make sure there's 2 people here, so that if anyone is ever sick and someone can then cover them, at least you're not losing 100% of your labour, you're only losing 50% with a hope that the other person would cover on that occasion. So yeah, looking forward to getting these ones where they need to be. As I say, the other side seems to be pretty good. This one needs some improvement and some training and some recruitment, but we'll obviously jump on that. So that wraps up Monday, a varied Monday. Tomorrow I've got a few bits of drainage to do. I'm going to try and catch up on some paperwork because Wednesday I am out of the business in the morning because I have another podcast guest. So that wraps up Monday, guys. I will see you in the morning. What is happening, team? Tuesday morning. Late night last night, me and James got back about 1 o'clock, about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, obviously you've got to do these things when you're first starting out, new contracts, and make sure everything goes as it should, because that's where these contracts fall down generally, because these people, you know, staff, they're just left on their own. They're not supported, they're not made to feel part of a team, and you know, why should they bother? That's sort of the, you know, the mentality you're breeding into it. You can't be bothered to go and see them, so why should they, you know, bother to put the effort in with you? But anyway, it's Tuesday. I've got a couple of drainage bits to do today, to be honest. Only a couple more days and then we've got our drainage engineer. I've just arrived at our first job. Domestic customer called me yesterday. They've had a bit of an issue with a manhole cover that was broken. They've had some lorries going up and down, a bit of debris got in there, it was blocked. They've tried unblocking it themselves with some rods, which I can see up there, and they've lost one of the rods down the drain. Problem with domestic rods is if you twist them and move them around where they're moving, they come undone. The rods that most drainage professionals use, like the one I've got on the floor there, they're what's called lock fast. They won't, they are screwed on. They won't come off no matter what, if I turn them 100 times. So yeah, I'm going to try and unblock this drain. I can see where it's blocked here. It looks like it's a 6-inch line. I'll unblock this drain and then I will try and camera it and find this rod. So let's get going and get this one done. So we had to use the jetter, jetted the line clear, cleared the blockage. Couldn't see any plungers just yet, so I had to get the camera out, and voila, one plunger. So what we'll do, we'll use the camera, we're going to push it back to the manhole at the top because that's higher than this one here, and then we'll get it out and put it back with the gentleman's rod sets and tell him if he's going to have a go himself to make sure you're using lock fast rods, or if you are twisting them, twist them to the right so that they don't come undone. On a separate note, you see the quality picture on that camera. I bought a new camera, to be honest. I'm not going to name the company that I had previously. Now I've got a new camera. Some people always saying to me, oh, change camera, that's not very good. Change camera, change camera. I've changed to a new camera. Christ, the difference is astronomical. I always having problems with the other one. I've still got it and I'll keep it just for knocking about really and last measures. Proves that sometimes changing a habit is a good thing, because it's just one of those things, oh, we know that camera, I'll keep that one, we'll keep that one, we'll keep that one. And now I've changed it, I can't believe I still stayed with it so long. Yeah, so thanks to Ben at Blue House Drainage for pushing me along for that one. So anyway, let's get this out and put it back with the rod set, and then we'll move to the next one. So we've got the offender out. Put it back with the customer's rod set, and that's this one done. Gonna head over to Gravesend now. Let's get back in the van and go and see who we can help out over there. We've just arrived at our next job. This is a care home. Apparently they have a leak from upstairs. So I've been to this one a few times, to be honest, and they have constant leaks here for some reason. The last one, it was a shower trap that was leaking. So yeah, let's go inside and see what it is this time. Hello mate,
hello, you all right?
Back again. Yeah. Got another leak?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Only a little pipe one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, let's go and have a nosy, eh? So we found our leak. We've got a leak in a mains water pipe. It's just leaking from here. Right. See the water? So that'll need a replacement, but it'll be copper under there. Yeah, so we've obviously underneath there, we've got a copper elbow, which is on a solder joint by the looks of it. I'll have to give my ring and get that replaced. It's not leaking that bad, but obviously you can see it's stained the ceiling there. But it's not a 5-minute job. So what I'll do, I'll call the customer and then we will make a plan to get that done. I say we're going to put a little takeaway container under at the moment, just to contain the leak. As I say, it's not massive, but it's obviously stained the ceiling tile. So yeah, nice quick one. Found it nice and quick. Gives it away because it's obviously brown. So yeah, now I've got to head to another plumbing job, a contract of ours, cleaning contract of ours. We do a bit of everything for these guys. So yeah, I'm going to head over there and see what's going on there. They've got a leaking tap, I believe. So I'll pop over there, and then I've got an issue with a pump at one of our sites. So yeah, we'll put this container in here and then we'll head to our next job. No. So we've had a look at the taps, and I'll be honest with you, they really all need replacing. They're lime scaled up really bad. They haven't got any filters underneath, so the water's leaking down the tap. So yeah, I'll recommend that we replace 2, 4, 6, 8 taps. Do that. I've unblocked a couple of sinks while I was here with cotton buds. Come down there. So yeah, I'll make some recommendations for that one. So yeah, I'll go up and see the customer, and then that is it. We're going to head down to one of our commercial contracts now. Get down there because they have some block pumps. What's happening, guys? Whew, the day got a little bit wild, to be honest. 7 o'clock now. Had a call out from a new customer. They had an urgent job that they needed done in Croydon. And I went up there, it was 2 sinks, neighbouring properties sharing a line that goes in the sink. And to be honest with you, internal blockages sometimes can be a real pain in the arse. And I thought it would be a quick job, but it turned into like a 3-hour job. Adam, I'll send you a little video, picture, whatever, or both. Yeah, it was a real pain. The pipe was in a real inconspicuous place. Then I couldn't access it because there was lots of bends, so I had to cut it down. So yeah, it was a bit of a pain. I've just come to another job where they had a block gully, but I've done that nice and quick. So yeah, it's turned into a drainage day today. But we've got one more day, and I'm free. So tomorrow I'm at HQ with Adam in the morning. We've got a podcast that we're filming with a business coach. That should be super interesting. Then I have got a couple of other drainage bits. And then Thursday is the day. I will be free from the shackles of these drainage vans, from people shit, sweet corn, and everything else that we find down the drain. But it's a real pivotal moment. Our first drainage employee, and I can't wait. So anyway, I'm going to go, that's a lie, I'm going to head into one of our contracts on the way home because we're implementing our time and attendance solution. So I'm going to go and do that, and then I will see Adam and you guys in the office in the morning. I'll catch you in a bit. Good morning, team. It's Wednesday. We're down at HQ. Adam's joined me down here. We're just setting up the podcast setup because last time we used the podcast stuff, we were out on the road with Dominic from Cleanology. Today we've got Jamie Simpson joining us. He's actually quite local to us. He's down in Maidstone, so a short drive for him. What does Jamie do? Well, Jamie is a business coach and an investor, I believe. He's put in some good stuff out on social media, LinkedIn predominantly, about business growth, managing businesses, how to acquire businesses. So it'll be an interesting chat. Acquisition is a way that some businesses look to grow, and it'll be interesting to chat with him about that and how he helps businesses along the way with some of his coaching stuff. So he's on the way down here. We're getting set up. The rest of the afternoon, I've got a supplier coming to see me, Andrew from Just So, who does some of our uniform. He's coming down at about 12 o'clock. And then I've got a job to go and look at. We've got a warehouse clean over in Rainham for a company that we're going to go and see if we can help them out with some high level cleaning. So yeah, an action-packed day. And then tomorrow is Judgment Day. We've got our new Greywater employee starting. I can't wait, Adam can't wait, Mitchell can't wait. So it's a win all round. So let's do this podcast and then I'll have a catch up with you guys.
One podcast later.
So me and Adam have finished our podcast. Thank you to Jamie Simpson for coming down. Really enjoyed our chat. It was about the hour as well, which is perfect. Sometimes we overrun, but that one was pretty spot on. He made some good takeaways, and it's always an interesting topic when you talk about personal development. It's a bit of a debatable subject. You know, some people think, it's just people selling you courses, and it's a rip off. All we've got to do really is put it into action. An interesting one I haven't really made up my mind about, to be fair, but he made some really good points. Really nice guys, local to us, and as I always say with the podcast, it's about networking. And now Jamie is a contact of mine, so if he needs me or I need him, we can give each other a call. I'm not going to be a time thief, but it's always worth knowing people, as we discussed on the podcast. Your network is your net worth, as we always say. I'm just waiting for one of our suppliers to come to the office, so I'm going to do some bits of paperwork until he gets here, and then I've got a couple of jobs to go and look at, and then that will wrap up Wednesday. Not much going on today in terms of drainage, which is good, but then, as I mentioned, we've got our first new starter tomorrow, so there'll be plenty for him to do. So I'm going to head inside, get some paperwork done. Yes guys, so I made a little bit of a mistake, to be honest. I thought this job was in Rainham in Kent. I actually checked the postcode and it was actually Rainham in Essex, so I'm running a little bit late, but I've got a job to do. It's warehouse clean, high level, so we're going to head inside and see what this job's about. Right, okay.
We cleaned it last night. This is after one day of use, so
right.
it just piles up. The other side as well.
Okay, mate.
This side is where the main focus needs to be.
All the high level, all the dust off the walls,
yeah.
Give the floor a going over.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Out on here.
Yeah. What vacuum do you use?
It's just like an industrial one. It's just got like a really long hose.
Yeah,
Trying to get it down, but it's just too thick. It won't suck it out.
So we've just had a quick wander around inside. They want this particular warehouse. All the cobwebs cleaned down on the roofs, the walls, and all the floors done, ready for an audit that they've got next week. So we'll get a quote in pretty quick for these guys, because as I say, it's Wednesday today and they want it started next week. So it's a bit of a tight turnaround. I think I could squeeze it in. So we'll just put it on the proviso of that we'll start next week, and we'll supply them X amount of labour per day. Interestingly enough, and there is no connection here, I know a guy that works here. He's a friend of mine. And yeah, it's crazy. The guy, I said, well, where did you find us? Thinking that maybe there was a recommendation there or someone told him, but it didn't. It was completely out of the blue. So yeah, that was a nice one. So I'll give my mate a call and tell him I've been to see his office and it's a mess and he needs us to clean it regularly. So yeah, so that wraps up today, guys. Interesting day, lots going on. Tomorrow we've got our drainage engineer. Can't wait. What is happening, guys? It is Thursday. It's late afternoon now, and today we had our first drainage engineer start. Mitchell joins us today. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't film much of any of the day because I was focusing my time on Mitchell, not filming content or anything like that. I'm sure Mitchell, if he agrees, because not every member of staff wants to be on camera, over time we'll agree and we can film some stuff and I can introduce you to him. But spent a bit of time with him. We had 4 jobs today, showed him a few contracts, went and picked up some uniform. So a good productive day. Welcome to the team, Mitchell. We are looking forward to you growing with us and vice versa. So I've just got home, it's around 3:30. I've got an interesting event today. My friend and colleague Jack Gatesford has invited me as a speaker to an event he's holding. It's an online event for founders and discussing the ups and downs of being a founder. So I'm just going to quickly go indoors, quickly get changed, and I'm going to jump on that and I will film that and what my particular part is about. It's about milestones, achieving those milestones and what happens when you do achieve them, and some other bits and pieces that I've learned in my short journey. So that will be useful. And then I will have a catch up with you guys about what we've got on next week. So let's quickly jump indoors, get changed, and I'll see you guys in a minute.
I'll kick things off. So for those that don't know me, my name's Jack. I run a video agency called V21. This whole event essentially stems from a bit of a conversation that I was having with a new client of ours a couple of weeks ago when we were actually filming for a project with them. Whilst the team were off and I was sort of sitting in the back end and doing quotes and all this other stuff.
So the event's just literally getting started. We've got around 100 people in already with 300 that are scheduled to attend. So Jack's just doing an intro and then we'll get started, and I'll obviously film my piece and I'll do my little speech. And hopefully people find it motivating and interesting.
I thought where sort of a lot of agencies are maybe struggling, a lot of clients are maybe cutting costs. How have you sort of leverage? So we're going to jump over to Chris. So Chris is our last guest, and then in about 10 minutes we'll open up the floor to some Q&As. Chris, if you are there, tell us a bit about you, what do you do, and tell me a bit about JCD Cleaning.
Yes, Jack, thank you for having me on, and thank you to everyone that has joined the Founders Chat today. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Chris Guilfoyle. I am a owner and founder of 2 companies actually based down in Kent, JCD Cleaning and Greywater Drainage. Now the clue is in both the names of those businesses. JCD Cleaning is a commercial and specialist cleaning company, and we work with a wide range of clients in both size, need. Some clients will spend £20,000 with us a year and have a couple of hours cleaning per day. Some will have hundreds of cleaning hours per day. So there's a nice real range of customers that we work with there. Greywater Drainage Solutions is of course a drainage company. So when your toilet blocks up, when you've got that sweet corn coming out your toilets, we will be the guys that will come and get you out of the proverbial. Literally, being a founder of a business has its many highs, but it also has equal lows that not a lot of people talk about. So it's good to be on a forum like this and speak about the other side of business that you don't necessarily see on social all the time.
What is the reality of reaching those milestones? What's the reality of reaching sort of £1 million turnover business? How did that feel?
So I'll tell a quick story about that, and I'll try not to waffle on too much because I'm just conscious of time and there's people that obviously want to ask questions. And I'll be honest with you guys, every goal that I have ever set myself that I have met, the feeling after you have met that goal is emptiness in my experience. And it was fantastic. The feeling of elation was great, but I can assure you guys the next day you are just back to right, because that's what we are, right? We're founders, we're innovators, we're disruptors of our industry, and you're always going to look for that next thing. Right, okay, so I've done the 7 figures now, well, the next one's 5 million. I'm gonna get to that. And I think the message that I would like to give away today, if you're not taking the time to sit back and enjoy that journey, then you're missing out on a lot of what running a business is about. You've got to take a step back, enjoy being with your staff, enjoy the journey that you're on, because the Greek philosopher Plato, he says never discourage anyone who continues to make progress, no matter how slow. So as long as you're getting up on a daily basis, despite the challenges and the looming recession and customers, and Russ alluded to this, there will always be a brighter day. And it's about enjoying the journey that you're on with the people and teams that you've built, rather than worrying yourself about an end goal. It's really about spending the time with the people that matter and the teams that you've built on a daily basis. That's what you should focus on.
Damn right, Chris.
Nice, man. Yeah, spot on. I love that. I think that's a super way to end that kind of founder chat. I think you smashed that, Chris.
So I finished my short presentation just to get a little bit about making sure that you guys, when you're on your business journey, enjoy the journey, because that's what you're going to look back on at the end of the day. And remember, very specific moments with very specific people that made the journey worth it. It's not going to be the end goal, because as founders, you will never ever reach your end goal. You'll get to 5 million, you'll get to 10 million. And as founders, you'll say to yourself, well, what's next? So there is never an end goal. So it's about making sure you enjoy the journey. So that wraps up this week's episode, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I will catch you next week where we are with Mitchell and plenty of other stuff going on as always. What's happening, team? It's Friday morning. Today is actually a bank holiday in the UK. I am just popping out down to JCD HQ, but I thought for continuity reasons I would check in with you guys. I know I didn't film much yesterday. It was Mitchell's first day with us yesterday, and of course, new starter. I didn't want to spend all day setting up a camera, doing bits and pieces. I wanted to give my entire intentions and attention to Mitchell, make sure he was okay. So we went around a few jobs that we had in. They were only small bits and pieces, to be honest, which is probably the best way to start. We also went down to a couple of our bigger contracts to explain the lie of the land down there. And yeah, obviously a long weekend this weekend, although I am working most of it. His first real day will be Tuesday. And we've got a busy week of liners and repairs and whatever else comes in next week. And I'm hoping to be able to spend more time at JCD HQ. I am working this weekend. I've actually got a job on Easter Sunday. I have a tanker job to do. I can't put that on Mitchell yet. Obviously, he's only just started Tuesday, and you know, this was booked in prior to that. So I've got a tanker job to do. To be fair, the job will only generally take the morning. And then on Monday, I have got to go and meet a new starter at one of our cleaning accounts, so I'll head and do that. So that'll be an early start. So I've got Sunday and Monday where I need to go into work. I'm meant to be going tonight to our new hotels. The shift change has happened. They're in tonight, so two new members of staff, well, not new, but two members of staff are in tonight. So I'll pop over and see them, hopefully. Depending on how the rest of the day goes. As I say, I've just got a few bits and pieces to nip out and do. Obviously, Mitchell started. The plan with that is that's going to allow me to focus on more of the business strategy side of things, which is, I'm hoping, what happens. So Mitchell will be able to, when he's comfortable, start taking all the drainage calls that come in, and then I can go back to doing the sales, business development, and all the corporate stuff that needs doing for both businesses. And I've said this a couple of times this week, it's working on the business rather than in it. So that's the plan. We've got a few big jobs going on next week. We've had the nod on a large warehouse clean, so the cleaning guys are going to be there Tuesday to Friday all week there, getting this particular company ready for an audit they've got coming up. So a nice and busy week for next week, to be honest, and I'm hoping with me being a little bit more free, I'll be able to give you guys some more standalone videos. But I'm not going to film the rest of the day because I'm going to try and spend some time with the family. So that wraps up this week's episode, guys. I know I closed out yesterday, but I thought I would do a piece today just for continuity because the episode was a little bit short after our founders chat yesterday. So yeah, I hope you guys had a nice bank holiday weekend, because obviously this will be out and the bank holiday would have been a couple of weeks ago. But I hope you enjoyed your time. Thank you for checking in to this episode, and we've got an ultra varied week next week. So I will catch you guys on the next one.